Shut up and more popcorn. Shut up and more popcorn.
Waka waka, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Extra Butter Comic Chops, the collab that never stops. Going on almost a year, right, CJ? It's been almost a year.
Man. I think you're about right. You have to go back in the archives to see the exact, but that sounds about right.
Damn, the archives.
Yeah,
Archives.
Damn.
Don't mind the old man in the back behind the books. He's just a homeless dude. All right, guys. So this Comic Chops is a special one. It's been 2 months in the making. We are joined by a special guest, fellow San Antonio comedian, Mr. Tiger Ruiz. I said that wrong, and I'm Mexican.
No, you're good.
Ruiz. My bad, brother. My bad.
Ruiz. Let me do a proper set. Let me do a proper set real quick. So to let the world know, Tiger is one of my best friends in comedy. I met him about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the very first show I hosted, Devin put together through her when she was trying to book shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Tiger was on that show, and I got to host that show. So that was like the very first show I ever hosted and stuff. And Tiger was on that lineup. He's a family man. He's a young cat. You know, he's about your age, about mid-30s. You know what I'm saying? And got a lovely family, and just kind of like me, just trying to balance that life between, you know, doing your responsibilities and taking care of your family and running your household and chasing your dream, and trying to balance those two is very, very difficult a lot of times. I'm sure you can agree. So I'm gonna stop talking and pass it over to the guest of honor. Tigre, what's going on, my brother?
What's up, man? No, thank you for that. That was a beautiful intro. Thank you.
You know,
I'm tearing up a little bit over here.
I've got some experience under me.
Got me in my feelings and shit. All right. Oh, thanks, man. No, that was good. Yeah, it was about 2 years ago. We were on that show together. Yeah, everybody did. That was a good show too, man. Everybody did good.
Yeah,
man, that was so. Man, time goes by so fast. 2 years just blew by, bro. Like, oh my gosh, you said 2 years. I was like, damn.
All right, so the plan is we are going to do a top 5 Christmas movie list here without any more distractions and bad pronunciations. Let's hand it off to the guest of honor, Mr. Tiger Ruiz. What do you have for number 5? I wish I had a damn setting where I can do that.
Number 5.
Number 5. All right, so 5 being the least cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the least, top 5 would have to be, I'm gonna say Jingle All the Way.
Wow, is that the Sinbad joint?
Yeah, with Arnold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that movie. Yeah,
dude, that was a funny movie, man. It's like it was one of those movies where it was completely illogical for him to be looking for that toy for his kid. Like, I was telling a buddy of mine, we were talking about that movie. It was like he goes through all this trouble to get this toy for his son. It's like, if that would have been me, like, it would have been 30 seconds, like, in the store. We don't have it no more. Boom, roll credits.
No
like, we're done.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, that was ridiculous. But it's because it was so ridiculous why it was so funny. It was just like all for a toy. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I remember that movie being in the movie theater around 96. Christmas time, 96.
Yeah, 96, 97.
I went through a weird phase of not wanting to watch any movies in 96 after watching Space Jam, because during the opening credits of Space Jam, you get the preview or the trailer for Mars Attacks, and that freaked the fuck out of me.
You thought it was real?
No, just the way they looked, bro. The brains, the kind of like buggied out eyes. Now I can watch it and not be like, oh, but as an 8-year-old kid, you're like, I admit I was a little bitch back in the day. I was a little fat, chubby, 4-eyed bitch kid, and so yeah. But I remember that being a movie there, but I've never seen it, honestly, to this day. I've seen clips and TikTok reels and all that stuff. But CJ, what are your thoughts on that movie?
Yeah, that movie came out in 96. So shoot, I think I became a father that year. So my son Terrell would have been like 2 months old during the season when it came out, a holiday movie. And so I'm looking at the lineup on IMDb, bro, and it ties into the wrestling gimmick that we do, because it's Big Show's in there as Santa. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really? That's him?
Yeah,
that's Big Show.
Santa. Yeah.
Wow,
I did not know that.
Yep.
That's Big Show. Holy
See
shit!
who else is in here. You got you got some legends in this movie, man. You got the late great Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Belushi.
Jim Belushi's in there.
Let's see. I think
Sinbad, obviously.
Yeah, Sinbad was like the antagonist.
Yeah, he was trying to get it. Also, there's one left, so they're basically chasing it.
Yeah, him and Arnold's court.
Sinbad has always been funny. I've always enjoyed Sinbad, especially when he came back
in more movies, man.
People forget how big Sinbad was as a comic and as an actor in like the late 80s, early to mid 90s. Sinbad was hot, man. The loud ass man, crazy ass suits he'd wear. You know what I'm saying? But
he's a good comedian.
Yeah, he was an Air Force veteran. And that's where he started his chops back in the day, man. But
nice.
Tom Hanks' wife, Rita Wilson, is in it. Mini Me.
Damn.
Mini Me. What the hell?
Booger from Revenge of the Nerds in it.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, you got to add. We might need to review this again. You know,
dude. Yeah, you might want to rewatch it.
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
All right, Mr. CJ.
Well, now we got to watch it.
Yeah.
What is your number 5?
Okay, so this number 5 is going to take me back to where I was about 8, 9 years old, whatever. So Mickey's Christmas Carol. That's right. Mickey's Christmas Carol was. I remember seeing that at the movies when it came out in '83. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a big Goofy Mark, and so him playing was it Jacob? Jacob Marley? I think. And you know.
Mickey's Christmas. I have to rewatch that, man. I don't think I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. There's two favorite retellings of that story, Charles Dickens' The Christmas Story and Mickey's or Christmas Carol. And yeah, that's my favorite one. So you talk about the 3 ghosts of Christmas past and Christmas present and Christmas and all that. So yeah, I thought that was it's still like one of our annual go-tos when it's the Christmas movie marathons and stuff. So yeah, it's one of my contributions to the cause, man. That was one of the last original like Disney Mickey, not original, but Disney Mickey Mousey type movies I remember when I was a little kid.
Yeah. I think any iteration of the Christmas Carol is a good. I know that the Muppets did one.
Jim Carrey, that cartoon one with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey did that recently, right? Or at least in the last 10 years or something.
Yeah. What was it called? I think it was called it was just called A Christmas Carol, right?
Christmas Carol, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like an animated. It was like they made Mr. Scrooge look like Jim Carrey, but it was him voicing it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yep.
That was a good one too, dude. That one was like a little bit more dark.
It's a little more serious. And stuff.
A little more serious, a little more. For it being an animated movie, it was a little bit more.
I think the story of A Christmas Carol is supposed to be like not crazy dark. It's supposed to go dark a little bit.
Yeah.
Just so when you come to the meaning of Christmas, it's like, you know, it's kind of like doing a roller coaster dip into hell and then come back, you know.
Yeah, I mean that was you're right. That was the point. Like, hey, you're being a horrible person. Like, this is what being a horrible person gets you. You know what I mean? This is the life you're leading. You know. Yeah, but they took that, they ran with it for sure.
I got a version in my list up, but for my number 5,
Number 5.
I'm going with The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
That's a great one. And that was up for debate about in my top 5. So it was between that one and Jingle All the Way for me.
Yeah, so you get the classic. You get, as a kid watching it, I had no clue what a divorce was, but I knew what Santa Claus was. And then part of me growing up was like trying to figure out how come he's not with, how come this other guy did, in the dad's spot. You get older, you understand things more, and then you realize, okay, they were divorced, and the kid living with the mom, and the husband, he's kind of like, I think he was an ad agency. I forget what he worked on, where his job was, but the whole story of how Santa he kills Santa Claus and he takes over the job.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That first run, which was pretty cool. If you're a kid and your dad's Santa Claus, you're doing all this Santa Claus type stuff, you're like, oh hell yeah. So the whole following year, you're telling all your friends, like, hey, my dad's Santa. You know, the mom is kind of like worried because he's like really into this story of, you know, my ex-husband being Santa Claus, but in reality he was. And you know, he got the little belly and the beard and everything. And so,
man, I forgot how good that movie was. You're describing it really good.
The ending was really like whenever, so you know, everybody thinks that the kid and Tim Allen is full of crap, that they're not Santa Claus. They get those gifts that they ask Santa Claus themselves. I know what the judge, what's his name? Not Judge Reinhold.
Yeah, Judge Reinhold. Yeah, he was in it.
Judge Reinhold. I'm thinking the other guy. Anyway, his character asked for like a Oscar Mayer weenie whistle or something.
That's right.
And he got it. And that's what flipped him.
Yeah.
That's what flipped him. He's like, holy shit, you really are Santa Claus. And then I remember watching that thinking, oh shit, Santa's real. And Santa ain't real.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Damn. Spoiler alert, kids. Why are you listening to this?
Man, that movie's 30 years old.
Last year. My son found out last year that Santa wasn't real, and when we told him, because he kind of figured out that we were the ones moving the elf on the shelf. Yeah, he was 9, so he came to us. He was like, "Be honest, guys, like, is Santa Claus real? Like, are you guys doing this? You can tell me." And then we were like, "Yeah, it's us." And he was like, his eyes got big, and he just looked at us, and he was just like, "My childhood is over." Yeah. That's what he said. He was 9, bro. I was like, what?
Yeah, your kid's got some chops, man. And that's about the right age for a kid. And I like it when a kid kind of smartens up on their own instead of getting it ruined, having
because if you keep it going, then they're gonna be the kid who's fucking 13 years old, like Santa's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Or like the 13-year-old kid who still breastfeeds. Come on, mom, I'm hungry. Come on. Fucking weird, bro.
Should be good though, man. What? Huh?
All right, Mr. Tiger. What is your number 4?
Number 4.
Number 4.
I would have to say number 4 would have to be
Gremlins. Oh, nice pull. Gremlins at the movie theater back in the day.
Gremlins.
Like 84-ish, something like that.
I saw that in the 90s, man. I was like 7 or 6 when I saw Gremlins for the first time.
I remember seeing that at the Dollar Movie, man.
It's good, dude. It's a Christmas movie, and at the same time, it's like a scary thriller.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like a comedy thriller, because man, it was perfect. It takes place during Christmas. It's not a Christmas movie where it's a focus on Christmas. Christmas is just happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your all's thoughts on movies like that? Because, throughout the years, people claiming that Die Hard and Batman Returns, they're movies that happen in the setting of Christmas, but have really nothing Christmas me. Like there's no Santa Claus involved, like an actual magical Santa Claus. There's no some sort of family moment. You know what I mean? Like there's certain.
I think for the lack there's not that many Christmas movies, and there's too many remakes of Christmas movies to be like, oh, what are your top 5 Christmas movies? You know what I mean? Like, so you kind of have to evolve your list a little bit so that you can be, because I mean, it's like there's very few Christmas movies that are like I don't think Die Hard is. I wouldn't consider Die Hard a Christmas movie just because I understand Christmas is happening around it. But there's just so much other stuff happening in Die Hard. You don't even care that it's December. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really matter to you.
Yeah, but I think because there's not a lot of masculine movies, like Christmas movies out there. Everything's more of a family friendly or female. Yeah. You turn on Hallmark Channel right now. I'm telling you right now, it's a 24-hour Christmas romantic comedy, small town girl or small town dude. Like, meet my cousin from the big city. Yeah. Die Hard is more, and then in a lot of other movies, but Gremlins, maybe Gremlins and Nightmare Before Christmas kind of in the same ballpark. There's some spooky elements to it on top of Christmas elements.
Yeah.
So it's a mixture of.
And there's Santa Claus, and there's Santa Claus in he's a cartoon version, but he does come out in the movie.
Yeah.
of a Nightmare Before Christmas. But yeah, man, I think I say Gremlins because it's there's snow. You know what I mean? People are running. There's Christmas lights everywhere.
There's a naughty flasher. That's
right.
always that's always
There's a
Christmas.
naughty flasher.
The
No, my
homeless
favorite
guy.
scene- remember the old lady? Remember the old lady going up the stairs?
We got my
Oh,
cat just joined
yeah.
us.
And the cat and the gremlins gimmick the chair so she flies out the window. I love that scene. Oh shit! Another wrestling callback. Tiger, you 2 for 2, man. Hulk Hogan had a cameo in this joint.
Hell yeah!
I forgot about.
No,
that.
I think he was in the
that
second
was
one, bro.
sequel, wasn't it? That was a sequel.
Yeah, the sequel.
Probably part 2.
Yeah, IMDb got it mixed up there. Let's see. Phoebe Cates. For anybody who's in their late 40s, early 50s, remember that she was like a little sex symbol back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Fast Time to Ridgemont High, or iconic coming out the water, coming out.
You ain't got to be in your deep 40s and stuff to know that.
Oh man. Okay, all right. Well,
I was born after. Yeah.
Right. CJ, what's your number 4, Dougie?
I said my number 4. I did Mickey's Christmas Carol. I was gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead since I'm gonna get my Christmas carols out the way. Scrooged, Bill Murray, that telling of the Carol story.
Yeah,
I like that
movie, man. That's another one of the my 3 favorite Bill Murray movies in no particular order are going to be Scrooged, Groundhog Day, and Stripes. Nice. So any combination of those 3 movies, Bill Murray, and I like his sardonic, tremendous word for a brother from the West Side. Sardonic wit, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a smart assy type character. I've been a mark for Bill Murray and that retelling of the Christmas story or Christmas Carol. I keep saying the Christmas story. Christmas Carol is one of my all-time favorites as well.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's got some great cameo. Judge Ryan this one as well. Yeah. Young Corey Feldman.
Poor guy.
Yeah, for real. Jonathan.
Oh, he was in it?
Yeah, Jonathan Banks. So did you watch Breaking Bad?
He probably doesn't remember that he was in it.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman was in the not Gremlins, Scrooged.
Oh, I'm down. My bad. I'm still on. I'm still on Scrooge.
He was on Gremlins.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm
No, yeah, he was on Gremlins. He was that kid.
Pardon this, the tobacco. Tobacco.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I remember Corey Feldman as a little black kid in that movie. That's right. It was great acting. He was a little black kid. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. All right. So Wendy Malick
was really good.
Let's see. John Glover, he was like the boy. He was the boss. Yeah, I remember him. Bill Murray's brother, who's been in a lot of collaborations with him. Brian Doyle Murray is another. He's like that. He's one of those. Oh yeah, I've seen that guy in that. He's one of those that guy in that movie type characters.
Yeah.
Where are we? Number 4.
Yep,
number 4 on you.
I'm going with and I'm flip flopping a bunch of these because all of these are so good to me because they come from somewhere, my childhood. I'm going with Home Alone.
Oh, that was on my list too, bro. We'll take that one off my list. Yeah.
So kind of like when that happens on the K100 music, so you got to go to an alternate,
Yeah.
Scrooge was my number 1, so I already got an alternate in there.
Yeah, you got to have like about 7 or 8 in the bank just in case.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hey, dude, that's forever a classic.
Forever
gonna be a classic.
That's a guaranteed
every time
Christmas marathon movie too.
That's like every kid's wish, just to be left the fuck alone in your house. No mom and dad, no bully big brother or sisters to pick on you, and you're just chilling. And he was just chilling. Like he would go to the store. Yeah. He was, dodging these, questions from people like, what are you supposed to be doing? Oh, my dad's at work and he told me to pick up a couple things and meet him back at his office. Oh, okay. And it was back in the day. It was like 91, 90 came out.
Yeah, 90.
And so like, it wasn't like it is now where everything is like cameras everywhere and, hovered parents, which I mean, I hover a lot, but I know my daughter's not going to go off and talk to strangers and this and that. She's more of like scaredy cat type of kid. but but to be in that scenario, and then you got the added the wet bandits coming after you, and then you booby trap the whole house, and
Yes, it's the best. It's kids' revenge. It's
yeah,
amazing.
hell yeah. So where we at? Are we
Great
at 3
John
yet?
Candy was in
3,
there.
yeah, we're at 3.
Gus Polinski, the polka king of polka.
I didn't. Oh yeah, then I heard something that John Candy did. Like he did that scene or whatever for like a cut and pay, or he didn't, or they something to do with his pay, or he like took a cut and pay or something like that.
I had no idea.
I believe
I don't know. It was one of those stupid things you see on Facebook. You never know if it's true or just people fucking with you.
John Candy's a great actor, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, John Candy.
John Candy's amazing.
Died way too young. I think he was
did.
like
He did
41, maybe 42.
Yeah, man. He was so talented. That guy was such a good actor.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks. That was sad.
Alrighty.
Right. Number 3.
Number 3.
Go ahead, Tiger.
I'm gonna have to do A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey, the one that we were talking about.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
I say I like it because it was dark. I like it because I mean I like Jim Carrey and everything, man. Jim Carrey is just fucking great. This is my favorite actor. I mean, my favorite comedy actor. But yeah, I like how they filmed it. I like how they kept it dark and he was tortured. Like it was good. It was good. It like you said earlier. I think the whole point of the story was for it to be dark, and I think that's the original story was meant to be that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they definitely with that version, I loved it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I said, this one and the other one you said earlier, the Jingle All the Way.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Christmas Carol came out within the last 10 years, maybe 2017. I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Jim Carrey,
a little more.
Yeah,
like 2009.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, bro, it's pretty old.
That long ago. Yeah.
What was the other one? The Polar Express one. When did that one come out? Because I remember that one
with Tom Hanks.
That was the same time frame, right? Or was it a year after? Because they seemed like they were kind of made by the same studio, no? Like, oh hey,
yeah, DreamWorks.
Yeah, Polar Express came out in 2004.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Okay.
We're just old, bro.
Yeah, we're just getting up there, man. It all flies by. Yeah.
We old.
Number 3, CJ.
My number 3 on this list is gonna be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Nice. That's a good one.
The legendary Griswold family, Uncle Eddie or Cousin Eddie, man. Randy Quaid, crazy ass, literally crazy ass. I have
to rewatch that. It's been a minute.
Oh man,
I watch it every year. I think that's one of the ones. That was my alternative. You're taking my alternates, man.
Oh, man. So many fun. That movie still holds up just from a jokes perspective,
Yeah.
It stands alone among the other vacation movies. Because yes, the vacation movies are gonna be Chevy Chase reaching his boiling point. You know what I mean? Everything, all the shit piles till he finally just flips out at the end of the movie, and then it ends happy because it's a movie. It's not supposed to. You're not gonna see him all locked up and be like, oh, we're gonna visit Dad in Christmas in jail or whatever.
Yeah,
but
facts.
You said, I mean, it's got all the funny elements with the neighbors where they're all like these uppity, preppy motherfuckers, and Julie Louise Dreyfus is the wife, and I
love her, man. She's one of my favorite. I love funny women, and between her and Tracy Ullman, they're like in my top like funny women category. They're not necessarily comedians, like comic stand-up, but they're funny. So I'm a big fan of her. I like how in every one of those movies they had like a different Rusty and Audrey, and sometimes Audrey or Rusty was older than Rusty, and sometimes Rusty was older than Audrey in this.
Yeah, and this one he's like the dude from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, Johnny Galecki. Yeah,
I think it was like 89 it came out, so like not that crazy because I was like 2 years after. I was already 2 years old by then. My number 3 is going to be The Grinch from 2000 with Jim Carrey.
You took mine, man. That was my next one.
Oh man,
agree.
I gotta
Grinch itself.
I gotta think. God dang.
The Grinch itself, the original Dr. Seuss book that turned into the animated movie or the animation during the Christmas time, during the Christmas specials.
Yeah.
And for them to take that already known story and then dive a little deeper with Jim Carrey's comedic genius. Everybody there has the Who makeup. He not only just a Grinch, but they show you why he's the Grinch. Because when he was a little kid, he got fucked with, and he just said, "I'm done with y'all. Fuck y'all. I'm going up to the mountains." For however old he is now, maybe 20 years old or whatever. It's just, I just remember it coming out, it being a big deal, and then I think they did an animation. DreamWorks did. Did they make a sequel, or did they was just that one?
It was all right. Nah, they didn't. I saw it. It was good. It was good. It wasn't bad.
I liked it too. Yeah, but for me, when it comes to the Grinch, it has to be the classic cartoon special, and then this movie.
Yeah, I agree, man. I don't know if you know this. The little Cindy Lou Who, she grew up to be a rock star.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She's a singer for the Pretty Reckless.
Because that was 2000, so obviously going on. What was around this time of year, right? The Christmas time of 2000, so 24 years ago.
And they hired Jim Carrey a CIA trained psychologist to help him endure torture because getting his suit on was like getting in makeup it was driving him crazy. He was gonna quit.
Oh wow, I can bet, dude. Some of that stuff takes hours.
Hours, like 8 hours or so to put all that shit on.
Yeah, and then when you're finally on set, you're on set for like maybe 2, or whatever. So yeah, that's my number 3. Down to the final 2 guys. Go ahead, Tiger. What is your
number 2?
Well, you took mine, man. I'm gonna have to say Elf.
Damn it. Motherfucker.
I knew you could.
That's what's gonna happen when we get down to number 1. We're gonna start.
I'm scrabbling here now.
Yeah.
Got me, man.
I got my last one ready, man.
Elf is actually a very good movie. It's one of my favorites.
It's a more newer one for sure.
Yeah.
But still it's become an instant classic, man.
Yeah.
You got Will Ferrell, you got Zoe Deschanel, the big worm from Friday, that actor's in here. Forget his name.
Oh yeah.
As the boss. Oh man.
The guy from The Godfather, what's his name?
Yes. Oh, Penn. No, not Penn.
James Caan, Bob Newhart, and Caan. Yeah. Oh yeah. He was in Godfather. Yeah. James. Yeah, he was Sonny Corleone.
Yep, it was Sonny, man.
He was
He's on Love. Yep.
Misery. He was the poor slum in the bed when his captor crippled him.
Yeah.
He's a good actor too, man. You know what? You have to be a good actor in Misery because you're on a bed. You know what I mean? Like you're begging for your life. You're scared. Like he killed it in that role.
Oh yeah, I remember watching that and just after that scene, you're like rooting for him. Like man, just finally kills her. And you're like, yeah, beat that bitch's head.
I know, dude.
Fuck her up.
Now I want to watch it. That's a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
there's snow.
It has snow.
There's snow.
Where we at?
We're on for me for number 2. All right.
Number
so
2.
this was my number 1, but I got to scramble. So I want to get it in before one of y'all snatch it up. Bad Santa.
You
Bernie
suck.
Mac.
That was gonna be mine, bro.
that was in my alternative list.
Oh,
not my number 1.
Movie.
That movie's so fucking funny, man.
It is. It's hilarious.
Fuck yeah. Classic Billy Bob Thornton. You see the same
I am not gay.
in his TV show Landman or whatever it's called. And he's like, I'm on my fucking lunch break. Leave me the fuck alone. You got John Ritter and Bernie Mac. May they rest in peace. Comedy legends.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony Cox passed too, right?
Tony Cox passed away, man.
So, yeah.
I forgot about that. Damn.
Another sequel. Now I have to watch that now.
Yeah.
Another bad sequel. Would you consider Bad Santa 2 to be a bad sequel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially when the first one is so good, so iconic, it's very hard to, it's very hard to match it.
It's just too, it's too good. They made it too good.
In my opinion, like kind of like the Friday movies. To me, none of the Friday movie sequels hold up to the original.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing.
I'm about to say, I'm like, oh, when you said that, I thought you were about to, that was your number one, because that's going to be my number two.
Which one? Friday After Next?
Friday After Next.
Oh, you took mine too, dog.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
From Pinky.
That's a good one too, bro. That's a Christmas movie, because it's legit.
Yeah, it's got Santa Claus. Man, he may be a crackhead, but he's Santa Claus.
Smiley, yeah.
That's true.
You hear the beef between Ricky Smiley and Cat Williams, supposedly.
Because of that movie.
He was supposed to be the pimp,
Money Mike, and
Money Mike, and he was like,
the
only Cat was Money Mike.
I mean, for me, that's what brought Cat Williams to my attention. I'm sure he was killing it in the stand-up game before that.
Yeah, one of the Comic View and stuff is really, as far as in movies, that's the first one I remember with Cat.
You get Sugar's sister, Cookie.
Cookie.
Damn, Daddy, you gonna catch something. You get the classic line, I'm not pussy whipped. I whip that pussy.
That's fucking good, dude.
Funny as fuck. You don't get returning Tiny Lister. In this one, you get Terry Crews.
Donut Shop.
Yeah, as Damon. And you get Holy Moly Donut Shop with all the flies and all the nastiness. Oh man, it's funny on so many levels, being a Friday movie. But then you get that and I've always liked the different ending, the one where they find the crackhead in the house with his kids. Almost gives it a little bit more of a Christmassy feel, but I think they were like, no, fuck that. Fuck that. Let's beat this motherfucker's ass.
Yeah, that's it.
Extra medium. What the fuck? But that's my number two. I'm assuming y'all's number one matches up with mine.
Number one.
We'll come to that later.
Well, I got one. So my number one, A Christmas Story.
Motherfucker. God damn it.
Is that your one too? That's my one too.
Oh, bro, hey dude,
it's an anonymous TKO number one movie for Christmas.
That's perfect.
That's
Christmas
probably
Story.
the best one of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the narrating, the whole narrating of it. Like I like that he's an adult narrating. Like, it's a Christmas he never forgot.
Oh yeah.
It's a Christmas he never forgot. So the entire time, I think that's why it's so fun to watch, because you're hearing he's telling the story so good. Like I couldn't believe it. It was right there in front of me. You know what I mean? Like
he cussed in front of his parents. How he handled actually, getting shot in the eye, but would reflect it came out in the 80s, but it was set in the 50s.
Yeah.
So iconic with that leg lamp.
Yeah. Because even though the times are different, the same feeling from
wanting something,
dealing with a bully, standing up to a bully the first time you ever had to fight a bully, and either you got your ass kicked or you had to win or whatever. Just the anticipation, and like you said, your son, he kind of got smartened up. So you have the one kid who smartened up, and then you have, he was not all the way smartened up. He still believed in Santa, but he was on the verge of getting smartened up in that age.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the little brother, this little annoying piece of shit that we all have. So it just tells so many.
I think I was the annoying little brother.
Generations,
But also you get the TBS 24 Hours of a Christmas Story. I don't know when that started, but I remember that being a thing.
They showed it all day.
I remember the day before when they started the 24 hours, sitting there watching the first showing, and then every showing after that, trying to remember back, where was I when I saw that scene? Oh, I was eating breakfast, or oh, hey, I was playing with my new shiny Power Ranger Megazord. Like,
that's cool.
But for them to keep the tradition, like they're still doing it on TBS and TNT.
Yeah.
I think those were the two channels that did it. The Turner. So do y'all know when they started doing that?
I want to say it was like 10, 15 years ago, man.
Yeah, 10, 15, 20 years.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It's been longer because when I'm talking about 96, I remember 96 being the year I remember that. So it had to at least been in when Turner he's had that Turner Classic, all them channels for a while. So maybe 90, a little bit earlier than
damn.
We got to Wikipedia that shit to find out. But yeah,
that's crazy. 24 hours over and over again. It's a good movie. It's worth it because people will sit down and watch it if it's on.
Oh yeah, and it's so fun because it's like the American family, like, oh yeah, you know what, our kid's a little shit and did this and that, but we're gonna give him a great Christmas and give him what he asked for.
Yeah,
and then that, and then it's so perfect. It's like watching Happy Days.
Yeah,
it just like it's nostalgic, and it's crazy how this one movie has spawned different sequels. It's not an official sequel, but the one called Summer Story or Summertime, something set in the summer.
Yeah,
it has Ralphie. It has that whole voiceover. Then you get like a directed TV movie sequel, Christmas Story 2, where he's a little bit older.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
and
which
then
is one of those is the one where it's Peter Billingsley, but he's grown up. Is it that?
Oh shit! I didn't even check that out.
No, this was before that. That one is A Christmas Story Christmas. Like that came out either last year or the year before last.
Okay, I remember. Okay,
The Christmas Story 2, I believe it came out direct to TV or direct to DVD type of style. Early mid 2000s, maybe. I'll have to go back and look. Bless you.
Thank you.
But I think they did that, and then they did the Christmas Story Christmas, where he comes back, Ralphie comes back as the original actor, comes back to play Ralphie, and it's his family. Okay. I haven't seen that one yet, but I think I want.
I've only seen the original, man, but I've heard of the sequels and the.
All right, CJ. Since we've already counting down to number one, what would have been your alternative?
Okay, so I had to really, because y'all hit a lot of ones that were on my list, so I'm gonna have to reach and I looked up 100 greatest Christmas movies, and this is on the list, so I'm going to claim it. 1983's Trading Places. I never ever considered a Christmas movie, even though Dan Aykroyd played, Santa the Drake.
Yeah. It took place
on the list. I'm gonna put it on there. I had to reach to find. I was gonna put Roman Holiday and some shit I ain't never seen before on there. So I'm gonna go with Trading Places. Technically, it's about as Christmas movie as Die Hard is. So I'm gonna
movies set in Christmas that aren't really Christmassy.
Plus, I have a couple.
Hands.
That's a gift that keeps on giving. You know what I'm saying? A topless scene, and
if only she did that 10 years later in True Lies, I'd have been a happy toddler, a happy adolescent teenager, whatever.
They had to get sexy up, when she their strip tease.
Not dance. Now though, not now. She's too much gray, too much.
For 70, I'll take it. You got a grade on a curve,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not kicking what's her name out. She was in Red. What the hell was her name? Helen Mirren.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
You get them gray wings.
I'll drink that wine with some crackers and cheese. My alternative. So I kind of had two. I'm just gonna go with this one because it's more of a Christmas movie than the other. Ernest Saves Christmas.
I knew you were gonna say that.
But I haven't seen it in so long. I can't remember everything except for the ending. Being when he flies away, when Santa Claus helps him fly or flies away or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's one of those movies I have, but I need to watch it. So I'm putting it on the to-do list, and it's going to be my alternative number one. What are y'all's thoughts on the whole Ernest Saving Christmas?
I do. I haven't seen that in so long. I don't remember anything. I forgot that movie existed.
Yeah. Which one did we review? It was Ernest.
Ernest goes to school, goes back to
Ernest
school.
Goes to School. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Save Christmas was probably better than that, but that's like saying
it was
Home Alone
actually
4
the
is better than
last.
Home Alone 5, you know.
I think it was the last movie to be released in movie theaters, or the last
Yeah.
Ernest. No, it might be something else.
No, okay.
Scared Stupid, maybe.
Yeah, because Scared
I
Stupid
can't remember
happened
which
later.
order they came out in.
Yeah, but yeah, that's still my other one was going to be Just Friends, but it's one of those movies that takes place during Christmas, but isn't.
Oh yeah,
really
that was on my
Christmas
list too.
movie.
Just Friends.
Yeah,
Never
but I'm glad we can all agree here.
Hell yeah!
Shut up and refill my popcorn universe. That Die Hard is not a fucking Christmas movie.
Well, in a way, he does kind of technically save Christmas for those who survived at Nakatomi Towers. You know,
yeah, I guess.
I have done 2 mini-sodes, extra buddy episodes on why I feel it's not, and it hits on. There's no.
I'm gonna watch it and just make a list. I'm gonna just watch it and make a list of everything Christmas in that movie.
Yeah,
to prove how not Christmas it is.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tear that movie up.
But I know CJ, you're pressed on some time, and I'm glad we were able to knock out this.
I still got a little time. I'm good.
I actually got to go make some lobsters for the family, guys. I'm on dinner duty tonight.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right, yeah. But anything else you want to plug? You want to promote your socials, Tiger?
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook at Tiger Ruiz. Same thing on Instagram at Tiger Ruiz Comedian. Yeah, just follow me, man. I'll be hopping out more. Like I said, I'm married with kids, dude, and CJ knows what's up. So you just trying to get out and work on your material is super hard to do right now, man. But I'm still writing. I'm still working on new material. But like I told CJ, I'll be coming back out a lot more now.
Same here. Matter of fact, man, when you get time, bro, I would love to do a kind of a follow up from remember Love Life's Comedy. You were a guest.
Yeah.
I kind of want to follow up from there and kind of get into that, and compare notes as family men and trying to
hit me up. I'm down.
All right, I'll definitely hit you up, man.
I appreciate
an idea. I want to run by you.
Me too. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me on, bro.
Appreciate coming on, bro, and doing this. If you ever want to do an episode on the main feed, let me know, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll hit you up.
You're officially friend of the show status, brother.
No, this was really fun.
Save me some lobster.
I got you, brother. I got you. I'll
Ladies
overnight
and gentlemen, Mr. Tiger Ruiz.
There we go.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, shout out to Tiger, man. He's a really funny dude and a genuinely good guy, man. So
hell yeah.
If you're in South Texas, San Antonio, listen out for Tiger Ruiz, man. He's
yeah. We had a good conversation before you jumped on, and doing the introduction. Hey, how do you know CJ? Hey, what are you into? That type of dude. Real cool dude. And from the interactions we've had on the messenger. But yeah, we finally got him in after 2 months. We were originally going to review See No Evil. Then we were originally going to do the top 5 Thanksgiving movies, which I'm kind of glad we didn't get to because
tough to pull,
yeah. I was still I'm still looking at a list of what is a Thanksgiving movie. I only got 2.
I never really thought of Thanksgiving because it's so close to all like a holidays and shit. But there are a couple that are Thanksgiving,
But like when one door closes, another one opens, and this being it, we have a top 5 list of our favorite Christmas movies. Always, some common, your number 4 was my number 1, or that type of deal. But it was a good conversation. I always enjoy our conversations, bro. Please let the people know what is up for Mr. CJ Emanuel.
All right. Well, if you enjoy Tiger Ruiz, I'm actually going through that interview from back in the day and editing that. And I have some show ideas I want to do involving some of my friends in the area. Those who I'm kind of inspired by one of my mentors who passed away recently, and we went to his memorial. And it was the perfect. I don't know if I said this before because I can't remember since the last time we had spoken. If I had already gone or not, but to be roasted, at your memorial, that's like that's the best. You know, that's like ultimate love and dark humor and laughing because you're sad. You know, that's like the perfect way. So I kind of want to do something involving thanking those that kind of helped me learn about life and comedy. And there's a handful of people that I've kind of written down, and I kind of want to reach out to another comic who's been around the same amount of time I've been in, maybe, you know, more or less, about those who have kind of given some kind of guidance along the way. Because I didn't, one of my regrets is not thanking Jesse enough. And really saying, hey man, thanks for teaching me shit about not just comedy, but life, you know. And I missed the stories about him on the road with Carlos Mencia and working with Julio Iglesias and George Lopez and all those cats. And yeah, he said, yeah, that motherfucker did steal, you know. he spent 2 years on the road with Mencia when Mencia was on the rise.
Oh shit.
So yeah, just missed those conversations, man. And I didn't know him very long. I only met him last year, but that 8-week apprenticeship, if you will, you know, helping out with his workshop, I learned a hell of a lot. And so I found like a handful of, not even a handful, like 1 or 2 recordings from that time. I was real bad about recording my sets during that time, but I found one, and you know, some of the notes that he gave, you know, he's like, you know, making him laugh on some 9/11 jokes and shit. He was like, goddamn. And to hear someone, a pro, not only make him laugh, but to hear him say, you're actually pretty funny. Because self-doubt is a comic's like best friend, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so,
you know, hearing those little nuggets kind of was like, oh shit, I really didn't thank him enough. So that's kind of podcasting, you know, and like Tiger said, just trying to balance family and comedy and creative and having your own little outlet is a hell of a motherfucking challenge, man. But it's something that I'm not going to give up trying. I'm going to be involved with in some form or fashion. As far as stand-up gigs, I got a show as we record this coming up this Friday at the Secret Garden. It's kind of like a cannabis friendly establishment. It's a 10 o'clock show. Looking forward to doing that. And then on the 27th, I'll be at the Mexicana restaurant. That's another dope spot, pun not intended. Matter of fact, me and Tiger performed there back in October, and Drew Blues runs that every Friday. He's actually going to be on that one. I was like, man, the last time the last show I did, he was out. I think he was in Laredo and on the road. He was on the road. So good friend Evan Grabenstein hosted that, and you know, we had a blast. Shout out to cousin Berto, who was also on that lineup. You met Berto. Elbow Room. Yeah. And then another comic by the name of Jasmine Birch. She's, you know, funny young lady. You know, she's come a long freaking way and just a little bit that she's been in the game. But I'm not sure who's going to be on these shows coming up. But either way, if you're in San Antonio, come on through. It's a Friday night, 10 o'clock show. Both of those are like late night shows, 10 o'clock shows.
Okay.
Yeah, come on through, man. And follow at Jay Tells Jokes. Once the flyers and all that shit comes out, I'll post them there. That's what I got. You know, trying to get back involved in shake some of the rust off and get back in on the stage. You know, I miss that stage time, man. But
like I was telling Tiger earlier, you know, I was telling him when I did a couple years ago, I did open mics at LOL, and I kind of just threw up random topics to talk about. Now I'm doing a lot more writing. I'm doing a lot more. If something comes to mind, going to my phone and jotting down the notes, you know, hey, kind of reminding myself, doing bits in my head as life goes on around me, and then jotting it down later on. Like, okay, this is going to help me remember how that one, I kind of had it situated, and just building a set. And then all that needs to be done for me is to practice it, get on stage, get in front of at least a few people, and let it rip, potato chip, you know, just see where they all lay, where the cards fall into place, and whatever the saying is, what I'm trying to get out. But you know, jotted a bunch of stuff in physical notepads. I have a whole note pad on my app here, a notepad app here, and it's just when life happens and you see something and then you have a take to it and it makes you laugh and you know it's going to make someone else laugh, then that's worth putting down in, you know, on paper or whatever, so you can work on it later or try to build on it and see where it goes. Will it, a lot of times, will it be something, or it's just a shit thought that was just made me chuckle?
Yeah.
That's what I've been
weird,
doing.
Man. Yeah, jokes are weird, man. Because sometimes, like you write it,
it's a science, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound out loud as it does in your head, or at least your reaction. You're in your head. This joke is slaying, and everyone's falling before laughing, and then you deliver it. Either you don't deliver it like you have it in your head, or the crowd doesn't respond, or sometimes they respond to a different thing that you didn't even plan. You know, and then every audience is different too. Some jokes will kill in a crowd or kill on a certain night, and the exact same shit the very next night or very next time up falls flat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You get confused, you know. But it's one of those things that you never. If you really love doing it in some form or fashion, you're gonna keep writing, keep telling those jokes, and just hopefully get to a place where you can get them refined on stage and shit like that.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at in the whole comedy aspirations. You know, I still want to make a trip up there. Maybe do it like I did last time. Take a couple of days off, close either beginning of the week or end of the week, and try to knock out a couple open mics wherever they're available. Where their
schedule changes so much too. There's so many that come and go, but
pop up and go. Yeah. Here on the podcasting game, I'm still killing it, doing those bi-weekly releases as best as I can, even though
I see you, man.
Even though I really crank them out the day before release.
Better than me, bro. I keep pushing my release date back to the left or to the right.
We haven't really talked much about what we want to do, what we want to cover. I know we did want to cover Beyond the Mat at one point, and then we were lucky enough to get Tiger on. You know, what ideas do you have? Do you want to just knock them out solo for us for a couple of times and then see if we work on a guest, or like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's I noticed it's challenging to get guests on for a particular movie, particularly for like a seasonal type theme. So I'm not gonna give up doing that because those are fun. But even like we do like last time we did a What's Poppin', we just kind of just chopped it up about different things in entertainment and pop culture. That might be a good way to get another guest, you know, to join us, because there's no homework. There's not as much homework involved, I guess. So
a lot of it's just what's going on in the world today type way.
Just chop it up, you know, just have conversations and stuff. So if Tiger was pressed for time, but normally we would have had like a little comic chops portion where we talk about the game, you know, and the dream and the pursuit of it. But we'll catch up another time and do all that shit. I'm just glad to see him back out there, man. Because like I said, between you know, me being busy as hell and Tiger being busy as hell, we didn't really seen each other that much over this past year. So it was good catching up with him on this show. And then, like I said, we worked together a couple months ago. And so and his material, he has been writing. I can definitely tell he's been writing, even though he hasn't been out on the grind as much, because, you know, life is like that. But you can tell he's still out there. He was still working, because some of his new shit was fucking funny as hell, man. So he's one of the good guys. So shout out to my homeboy Tiger, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Tiger, for joining us. I know, like CJ, it's hard to get guests. I think we got lucky when we got John Paz on, only because he's so active on the Instagram, social media, promoting his stuff. And then I just threw that line out there, and he was gracious enough to join us. And we did an amazing show. We covered Memento for sort of like a main podcast, extra butter, two-parter. If you got to listen to, if you listen to one, you want to listen to the other, you got to go to both podcast feeds. And then we've also had amazing guests from the comedy world, Drew Blues,
Devin Benish,
Devin, and
your homeboy Everett.
We tried to get a couple people. If they're still in the cards, then I'd love to have them on to tell their side of how they got into their comic chops, their journey and their origin story and stuff, and then their takes on some of the goofy movies that I that I bring to the table. I think we also had a list of movies that we could cover just with a guest or without a guest. Mm-hmm. So whenever you're ready to and schedule out something for next month and the following months, we'll touch base. I always keep forgetting. I got your number. I sent you a text. I got your number, so I don't know why I send you messengers. Let me just text you.
It's all good. I can access either one.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, man, things are very, very bright in the future for us. I want to congratulate you when this comes out. Hopefully, it comes out in time before your show, so people go out and check you out.
Appreciate you.
And you can remember, guys, if you ain't laughing, you ain't living. Take care of yourself and the people you love. Merry Christmas. Nanu nanu.
Happy
peace. L'chaim. I'm editing that out.
Nah, leave it in.
Take care, everybody.